Hey YouTube, this is my first video in a little while. So I want to talk about a couple of subjects in one video. The first subject is about human trafficking. I was disturbed to hear or to learn that Dominican girls from Dominican Republic are so vastly poor that in many cases they get into human trafficking. They get into dancing at clubs. Subsequently, they're offered like to go to Europe, to go to either Italy or Greece and dance, and they get caught up without a ticket to come back home. I've known this for a while, prior to me making this video, a couple of years now, and it's still going on. It's quite prevalent, and I would really like to somehow formulate a system where I could have a nonprofit organization to give money to the poor of Dominican Republic, because I think it's horrendous that these girls have to be in subsequent prostitution, human trafficking, and they're offered a ticket to go to great places in Europe, and they get caught up in human trafficking and can't get a ticket to come back home. So that's the first subject. The second subject is I finally got H2O, which is a SIM card for the iPhone. I've been wanting it a long time and was thinking about it, and uh, well, I finally got it. But anyway, what it is a SIM card. It's put it into your iPhone. It's activated, and then you can use your iPhone if it's jailbroken to make regular calls, get on the internet, uh, text, stuff like that. And I know everybody knows about it, but it's taken me a very long time to get it because I do a lot of research and to see if the company is going to stay around, that it's not a gimmick or something like that. The next item, and I find it to be quite wonderful in actuality. It's first day that I've gotten it, but I've made subsequent phone calls and all of that. It's quite wonderful. The next subject is the economy. I've done a little bit of research. I'm always doing research on different subjects. I did a little research, and from what I can tell, that the economy is going to get a lot worse as the year progresses, as time progresses. Um, from what I can see, I honestly don't think that people should buy a house. It's at minimum $500,000 up to a million, 2 million. But if you're out there shopping for a house, I prefer that you, or I suggest that you rent a house, not buy one, because the economy is going to get so bad that basically we're all going to be living in caves. That's not a joke. Do your research. I did, and I think you should not buy a house. I think you should not buy a car, and if you can't, I also think you should not even buy a computer. There are computers out there for a little price of $300. You don't have to pay $1,000 for a good computer. You can lease a car. You don't have to buy one. And you can rent a house. You also don't have to spend $100,000 or more for a house. I guess the next subject would be shout outs. I like to thank people who've made subscriptions to my YouTube account. I like to give a shout out to Griselle, who has always been by my side. And, you know, I've known her since I was embryonic. So thank you very much, Griselle, for subscribing to my YouTube channel. I also like to give a shout out to Hoover for recently subscribing to my YouTube channel. Um, so that's all the topics right now for this specific YouTube, I don't know what you would call it, vlog. Pretty soon I'm going to give more information about nopal, that Mexican fruit, that cactus fruit that comes from Texas, Mexico, anywhere where there are cactus growing. I want to do a little expose on nopal again. Uh, and that's about it. Thank you very much for turning in and channel, and I'll see you again real soon.